Trust is such an important component, whether with an individual or as we're working on a team. And to me, one of the things that is so critical to building trust is consistency in behavior. I remember years ago when I first started doing speaking and workshops, I would have a guy who would come and pick me up and take me to the airport. This was before, Uber and Lyft got super popular. And back in those days, for some reason, I had a lot of early morning flights. And this guy was so consistent at showing up to pick me up. Then one early morning, it was like 5:30 in the morning, he didn't show up. And I thought, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? And so I scrambled to try to get to the airport on time. And you know what, we all make mistakes, so I forgave him, no big deal. Then a couple months passed and he was showing up just fine for all of the mid-morning to early afternoon pickups and all that kind of stuff, and things were going great. But then I had another early morning pickup and he didn't show up. And I thought, now I was getting frustrated because this is twice now, right? Well, this went on for a couple more months. He was showing up pretty consistently, and then all of a sudden for this next early morning flight, a few weeks later, again, he didn't show up. And at that point, I was done. I had lost my confidence and my trust in him because I saw his behavior being inconsistent. And so I simply couldn't trust him to show up, to pick me up, to get me to the airport on time. Now, if we translate this into a business environment, it's so important for us to be consistent in our behaviors. And to me, the best way that we can be consistent in how we behave, how we show up, is to have a really clear sense of our own individual values. What is it that drives us? What are the things that we stand for, the things we believe in, the things that influence the behavior that we display to other people? When we know what those things are, when we're clear on what those values are, we're more likely to show up in that way because it's just part of who we are, and that's how it feels best for us to show up. Now, that doesn't mean that we're always going to be perfect, right? Sometimes we're going to show up not at our best. But when we do that, the opportunity that we have is to acknowledge that we made a mistake, talk about it, bring it up, apologize, let people know that we are aware that we showed up in a way that was inconsistent with our values. In that way, we can keep that trust. And even though people see us acting inconsistently with our values every once in a while, because we're human, when we talk about it, when we acknowledge it, and they know that we're acting sort of out of alignment with those values, we can work every single day to get back in. So here's the tip of the week. At the end of each day, take about a minute and replay your day. Think about how you showed up for people. Think about how your behaviors lined up with your values or not. If they did, you're on the right track. If they didn't, you're human, and that's okay. The point, again, is to be aware of it and to be conscious of pursuing those values every single day. Tomorrow's another day. Wake up and try again.